Okay, so now that we have our module created, let's go ahead and make a widget to display all that service catalog information. So in my pages area, I'll click on edit page, and you'll see this takes me to a page editor. And since this is a new item, I want to add a new row down below, and I'll add a column, and let's make this column 100% wide across all devices. I'll go ahead and click on add widget. I'll click on list since I want to show a service catalog. Open this up, and I want to enable the Smartsheet data source, and we created a module called case management and service catalog, and we'll pull in our request catalog sheet as the initial data source. And look at that, right out of the box it creates this view. So this list view has two different types of layouts. It has a card view and a list view, and on this screen it looks a little bit condensed, but we can come down here and make some adjustments to that. And as I mentioned previously in the module setup video, a lot of this is streamlined because in the module setup video, we identified our title, we identified our description, we identified our category type columns and enabled filtering, and we have date as well. So we can automatically sort by things, we can filter by things, we can do a bunch of really great things here. First off, in these widget settings, we can change the title to request catalog. We can choose to make them public like we've seen before. So making them public just means that if you're not logged into the portal, this will show. We can make them specific to only admin users so that we know that if you have a regular portal user, an admin user, based on their role, they can go to a page and see or not see information based on that information. The default view out of the box is card, but if we change it to list, you can get a feel for what that might look like. It's a little bit cleaner on this view. Default sort column, let's just do item, and we'll have it sorted by ascending, so you can see it's in alphabetical order now. And then filter placement, you can move this around to the left, top. I'm going to keep it to the right just for aesthetics. And then sort direction, ascending or descending. So since we did catalog item out of the box, it's ascending. I like that order. We'll leave it there. I could enable or disable search so that if I want to have some dynamic searching, I can do that. You can see that if I search for budget, it'll make it kind of filter the list down. And then image column. So if this sheet had images and we were using card view, we could actually bring images into that as well. So you would see a picture of whatever the services you were requesting. Now this one is pretty cool. So if we, and we're going to need to continue to set this up, but there's a detail page component to these widgets that will allow us to go from this item to a full-fledged detail page. Some of the widgets that have the ability to link from a list to a detail also include these conditional routing elements. So let's just walk through one. I don't have any detail page set up for right now, but if I look at this, it's a bit condensed, but I can see that, let's see if I can make that better. Yep, that looks a little bit better. So if I set up conditional routing for some of these, and I say that, let's just pick the home page as an example. We'll select, let's say department, right? Let's go back here. Let's pick HR services. This is just a demo. If I say the column value is HR services, I can say request. Now, if the list item is HR services, it will add a button that I just labeled request, and it'll route it to a specific page. If I add another route and do the same thing, department, and change this one to IT services, and say get help, we can route IT services requests to specific pages as well. So what we're seeing here is, let's see if I can do ID. So now you can see that since I've selected the department column and the specific value, if I look at this, I can send my users to specific pages based on criteria, whether it's a department alignment, whether it's a status, whether it's an urgent flag. We can route traffic to specific different areas of our portal. It's a pretty cool tool on how we do that. Now down below, we have some paging that we can enable. So if we don't want to allow people to, condense this into different pages and show everything on one, we can. I like paging. It's a much better user experience. And then we can do items per page. Let's say we wanted it to be smaller. We could do 5. And then if this is our pagination items, we could make this less. We could say we only want to show 3, right? So we'll see only 3 things here. This is a pretty quick and easy overview of how widgets are managed, at least the list widget. I'm happy to make more videos and kind of walk through a lot of this as well. Next video up, we'll edit a page just to kind of cover the page layout and how all that stuff works. Thanks.